Hey Eric, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Bob?
I'm good. Well, it's been a
Happy New
week.
Year. To
It
all
has,
of you, Happy New Year.
yeah, same to you. It's been a week now, which is kind of weird in the season like this. But what's this week been like for you guys? What are you kind of focused on? How do you expect the team to bounce back from a tough loss?
Yeah, I think it is unique for sure, Bob, to have a full week off when you're used to the normal, 2 games a week. But, we've gotten a couple days off, Thursday, Sunday, and then we're able to have some good practices as well. And need two good practices today and tomorrow, getting ready for a 12-1 Missouri team. But practice has been good. We've cleaned up some things on both offensively and defensively. And we've gone more live than we probably ever have in the 7.5 years I've been a college coach to try to clean up some areas that we want to improve on both offensively and defensively. So we have been going live a lot more than what we normally would do.
Which areas do you feel like you need to clean up that you've been working on?
I think there's a lot of areas, Bob. I think that, we need to continue to do a good job defending the three, especially knowing the 3-point shooting ability that guys like Hodge, number 5, and number 10, Honor, and Kobe Brown, and Noah Carter, those guys in particular that are really good 3-point shooters. We've also got to continue, just like every team. I mean, you're right around January 1st. You got kind of a second half of a season where you've got to try to figure out, self-scout. Not only, you prep for your next opponent, but you got to kind of self-scout areas to get better. And certainly our rotations and stuff have changed, with the injuries. And on that note, we had, TB had good surgery. And one of the coolest things ever, he lifted weights last night, which I don't know if I've ever had a player, still on crutches right after surgery, a couple days after, in the weight room. So that was a really cool to talk to TB and hear him tell you that he already got back in the weight room.
Is he back with you guys, or is he home right now?
Oh no, he's with us every day. He was in yesterday getting rehab with Matt. He was in already this morning, getting rehab. I know my wife saw him in the office. She was in here one day before I was in here, and he was in getting rehab. So he's doing a great job and really diving into that rehab process.
Is there any update on Nick Smith?
No update on Nick.
Still indefinite, I guess. Okay, I might have a couple more. I'll turn it back to Mike. Thanks, Eric.
Okay, thanks, Bob.
Curtis.
Hey, Coach, if you go look at KenPom, this is a game that features your top 5 defense against Missouri's top 5 offense. I guess just curious what you make of that, and then what are some of the musts for you guys to kind of come ahead on that end of the matchup?
Well, I think obviously they create a lot of turnovers, and their turnovers are live ball turnovers where you can get out and transition, much like our defense tries to ignite some offense. And we can't have any turnover shots, meaning ill-advised shots. We got to have high quality of shots. They thrive off turnover shots, and they jump in passing lanes, and they create disruption with their defense, and that allows for the offensive numbers that you see. But they have a lot of really good offensive players. Really impressed with the way that Honor kind of runs the team, number 10, and he's got experience. If you look at their age, they got East is 20 plus years old, and Kobe Brown's 23, and Honor's got some so that I'm really impressed with their coaching staff coming in and getting older veteran guys, because that, especially early in conference play, I think that, that says a lot. And, he did a great job too, much like LSU, of bringing players with him, because I think that really helps create continuity from a schematic standpoint. And when you got guys like Hodge and different guys that have played in that system, number 2, same type thing, it's a little bit easier for them to help buddy coach teammates. And I think that's why you see a team get off to a great start in year one with both LSU and Missouri.
And, Kobe Brown was obviously such a big piece of what they were doing last year. It seems like he's taken a step forward this season. He went for 30 plus in these last two big wins. Just, I guess, what have you seen from him, the growth in his game, or maybe how this new system has taken to him?
Well, I thought he was a great player offensively. I think he's elevated his game, which you want. Obviously, the experience I just mentioned. The fact that he's a veteran player in this league. He scored 61 points when you look at who he scored them against: Illinois and Kentucky. Two really good teams, two physical teams, two teams with size. But he can score the ball from three-point land. He can score the ball off the bounce. They're running him handling the ball as a pick and roll player, which is a new dimension to his game. To have a four-man, or if they go small ball and he plays five, to have that guy be a ball handler in an angle elbow pick and roll. So there's a lot of different things that he's a movable piece that you can put in scoring positions in different spots on the court.
Christina?
Yeah, Coach, sticking with defense, Missouri's been a really strong three-point shooting team early on, and you guys had a lot of success defending another three-point shooting team in LSU. Just, does that success last week in that area help with this game, or is Missouri's approach different enough that it doesn't make that much of a difference?
Yeah, I think, we've done a pretty good job defending the three all year, but, Missouri's a little bit different because Hodge he'll get some leak out threes, where he'll shoot those in transition. He's got great confidence, this being number 5. Brown and Carter, two guys that can play the 4 or the 5. Those guys are really good trail three-point shooters. So I think every team's got a different identity. But you've got to locate those guys, quickly in transition, and they're really good at getting loose balls. So that's a big part of the game as well.
You guys have a really tough set of games to open SEC play between these first two and then your next two. Just how does that help or hurt this young team, and how are you approaching that?
Did he freeze up?
Gotta pay that internet bill.
Hello?
There you are.
You want to try that question again, Christina?
Yeah, I was just asking about this tough start to your SEC schedule, and just having those first two games be as tough as they are, and then your next two are as well, and how you're approaching that. Yeah,
I think every game's tough in this league. I really do. And I think that, when you look at our league right now, because some of the teams have just improved so much, that maybe didn't get the preseason recognition. So every game's hard, but you're right. We have a road game to start off. LSU had a great crowd. It's one possession, could have gone, either way. They won the game. And now you have a really confident Missouri team that's playing at a high level, that have beaten two really good teams in their last two games and won a big game on the road against Central Florida. So, it's hard because we all know what Auburn's done on their home floor, and their record is incredible there. And then Alabama's playing great basketball. So a really difficult 4-game stretch. We knew that coming into the season, and it won't get any easier after that.
Scotty?
Yeah, Eric, a little bit earlier, you said you've been having the guys go live a little bit, or a lot more than usual. What are your takeaways from that? Or have you learned anything about them doing that?
Yeah, I think it's just, it can help you stay a little bit more crisp when you have a week off. I think if we would have played 2 games this week, Scotty, we probably would not have had the ability to go live. But because you only play, one game over this stretch. It's kind of weird and unique that, you have a 4-day or 3-day Christmas break, you play one game and then you got another week off. So it's not much basketball has been played over a 12-day stretch, so to speak. So you want to try to keep your guys fresh and crisp and in the past, we tried to make sure that, we don't go live. So it keeps everybody healthy, but we're at a point right now where we gotta keep getting better in a lot of areas.
You may have touched on this last Wednesday. What did you learn about the guys maybe after the first SEC game? Is the first one for a lot of them, or what have you learned, maybe about the group in the days since, or did you get any kind of feedback?
No, I think the one thing really, Scotty, is just experience. I mean, I think that, it was the first road experience for the year, and it was also the first true SEC road experience. So, and they're going to learn when they go on the road again as well, because Auburn's going to be a unique, tough environment. So with our age and our lack of SEC experience, we are going to be a team that continues to learn, especially through the first half of this season. And we knew that coming in. We knew with 6 freshmen out of 13 players that was going to be the case. Regardless of talent level, it's the first time going through this experience, close games, all those things. So, I'm hopeful that this team will continue to grow and continue to get better with each new experience that we go through as a group.
Hutch?
Hey, Coach. Missouri is obviously 12-1, so they've played well all year. But the last 2 games, they've taken down 2 top 25 teams rather easily. What are they doing well these last couple of games, and are they taking their game to another level these last couple of games?
Well, I think they play really hard. I think they're extremely well coached. I think they understand their roles. They're a team that looks like they're having fun together, and they're really healthy. And so you add all those things together, and you see a team that's 12-1. I don't see an injury on their team. They got a returner who's a star in Kobe Brown, who's an all-league player, and they did a great job in the portal. And like I said, I mean, there's guys that we haven't talked about, that are coming in off the bench and doing a good job for them. So it's a well-coached, confident basketball team, and they're probably playing their best basketball of the season, their last 2 games.
How familiar are you with Coach Gates, and did you know him at all before he came into the league?
Just from afar, don't have a real personal relationship, that maybe I do with other people, but he's got great respect in the coaching profession. And like I said, he did a great job at Cleveland State, and he's done an incredible job thus far at Missouri.
Well, I've got time for one question.
Okay. Eric, Mike pointed out this is the first SEC home opener for Arkansas with 2 ranked teams. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I didn't look at the LSU game like it was a ranked or non-ranked team. I looked at it like they had lost 1 game all year. And I look at Missouri, regardless of their ranking, and think that this is a really well-coached team that's got that has an identity that they've created, a style that they've created on both sides of the floor with their transition baskets, with their ability to make threes, with their ability to get to the cup, and then with their disruptive defense, playing both a 1-3-1, also playing a little bit of a matchup zone, so to speak, and picking up full court. So they've created an identity. They've created a style of play, which is the hardest thing to do as a coach, let alone a coach in year 1. So tremendous respect for them, regardless of whether we're ranked, they're ranked. A team that's 12-1 and playing great basketball, especially their last 2 games. Got to go to practice, guys. 5-minute tip-off.